I'm on my way to Utah to camp. Actually, it's the border of Utah and Arizona, so I'm not sure which side I'm going to end up on. This trip will be a little bit of a bittersweet trip because a few things have happened in the last 2 weeks. I'm not sure if you have seen my last video. If you have watched it all the way to the end, then you saw that my oldest doggy, my favorite doggy, also has passed away. Barely a week ago. He got really sick all of a sudden, and 6 days later he passed away. So this is really sad for me because I have always taken him to all my camping trips, and this is the first one where I'm going without him. I'm only bringing Misha. And the other thing that happened, I was going to bring my trailer, and when I went to pick it up from the river, it was not there. It's stolen. My travel trailer that has made it to Canada and Alaska and more states than a lot of people that I know is now gone. So I'm still trying to let that sink in. So all these things have happened, but I'm going anyways. I'm just taking my tent and it will be fine. I still like tent camping. Now I know that we're supposed to social distance ourselves and everything, but social distancing doesn't mean you have to stay home and never ever get out. It just means that when you do get out, you have to be responsible and not transmit this virus, you know, not give it a chance to get it or give it. So during this trip, I'm really not going to come in contact with many people, probably no one. Gas station, you could get gas without talking to anyone, and I'm just camping by myself. I'm not trying to make friends or anything like that, so I don't think I'm doing anything wrong. I'm going to Glen Canyon, and I have done my homework. I looked up that website 2-3 times. I even wrote down, I made notes of all the campsites. There are actually 10 or 11 camping opportunities. Most of them are free. Even the ones with shower and bathroom and like everything is $14 or $20, but you could camp on the lake, you could camp on the river. You have all this primitive camping, which I am totally set up for. So I'm really excited about that. And there are plenty of places to hike. And one of the things that I like about this place is that apparently you could take your dog pretty much everywhere. Even on hikes. Most national parks don't let you do that. You can only take them on like paved roads and maybe on a special hiking trail or something. But here, you could take them everywhere. You just have to pick up after themselves, which is not a problem. And I really like that because I just want to hike, just kind of get a peace of mind, just kind of heal from all these things that have happened. And I'm going to stay for a few days. I don't have to be back until Monday. Tuesday we go back to work technically, and right now it's Wednesday, so it takes about a day to get here, a day to get home. So as long as I'm home by Monday, I'm okay. We'll see. I have no idea what to expect with all this virus going on. Everything is closed. The park itself is open, but a lot of places are closed in there. Right now it's actually free. I assume camping and hiking should still be okay. So it's gonna be nice. I'm really excited. I already said that because it's a beautiful place and I just kind of wanted to get away. I'm almost there. I've already driven about 8-9 hours. I have a little bit more to go and I have a little time before sun goes down. I think everything should work out fine, but we'll see. So stay tuned. So far this trip is not at all what I thought it would be, and I was so prepared. I mean, I looked up this national parks information 3 times. I looked up all the camping sites, all the hiking, all the things you can do, all the places you could stay. They have, I think, like 10 or 11 campsites. So I drive up to the national park and I'm like, okay, so where's the entrance? I don't see anybody. I have a pass, but you know, I want to give it to them, and I know it's free. So I said, well, maybe there aren't anybody around, but I didn't even see an entrance. So I was like, okay, so I keep driving for like 10-15 minutes. I'm at the river and I see people fishing and putting on their boat or something. And I asked this guy and he says, well, there's the ranger, why don't you ask her? And she basically tells me that the park is technically closed. So it's open and it's closed. So you're allowed to go in. You could basically do a lot of things, but most things are closed. which I knew visitor center and museums and stuff like that. But she said, all the camping is closed. And I said, I just looked at it yesterday. And she says, well, it was probably not updated. So I go, I cannot camp at all anywhere at the park. And she said, no, there's no camping at all. You could hike, and the lake is closed. They closed the lake yesterday. I was like, man, that was one of the main things, to actually see the lake. It's really pretty. So she said I could camp on BLM land outside the park. So I go, that's fine. I mean, I'm a fan of backup plans. I have everything. I even bought a portable toilet because most of the campsites said that you have to have it. You cannot even like poop in the bushes. And I've been wanting to buy one for a long time, ever since I had my trailer. I figured when I go camping in a tent, it's kind of nice to have. It's a little more civilized. So now that I had to buy one, I got it. So camping on BLM land is not a problem. I brought my table, everything. I have everything with me. She said basically what you do is you come out and you have to be a mile from Marble Canyon. And then on the left hand side you see all this fencing, but you'll see these gates that are open, and then you can go in and then just basically camp on BLM land. And I went into a few of them. It says you can only stay on the roads, but they had all these RVs. So obviously I'm not gonna camp next to someone, so I had to keep going, go back, and then came back out. And then I almost found a spot, and it was so incredibly windy. I was not happy. It was the same thing last time I came to Utah, and I go, it's just too much wind. I mean, crazy wind. I cannot even set up my tent. Even if I do, it would be just miserable. I won't even be able to cook or have a campfire. So I'm thinking I need either a huge rock to hide behind, which they have in some places, or maybe a valley or a canyon or something. So I kept going, and I saw a couple of more RVs, and then I saw that the land was kind of going down a little bit. I go, perfect, that's what I need. And then I saw the road was a little bit messed up. You can't really go with a camper or trailer or an RV. So I said, perfect, I can go with my four-wheel drive. So here I am. This is actually a really pretty place. It is a little bit windy at times, like really windy. Maybe like 5 minutes, and then the wind dies down, and then it's so nice. There's absolutely no wind. It's actually quite warm. The sun is already going down as we speak, and it's probably 70 degrees, maybe 73. It's really nice. It's very cloudy. The weather is always so extreme in Utah. So I'm thinking it might rain later on, which is okay. I'm just gonna have to cover my wood. Tomorrow I'm gonna go back to the park and hike probably all day. I'm gonna have to find the places because there's no map, there's nothing, but we'll figure it out. So I'm here. The whole point is to just, you know, get away and just relax, not be frustrated. Sometimes camping trips can be a little bit frustrating at first, but then everything is okay. You see, here comes the wind. It's a lot of wind, and it goes for like, I don't know, a few minutes or more, and then it stops. So we'll see. Good morning. It is now Thursday morning, and all I have to say is the weather is so crazy here. Hi puppy, hi. I was so tired, and I think around midnight I hear rain. I said, well, rain is okay. The wind was absolutely crazy. It was non-stop. I wasn't worried about the tent really like flattening out. It actually did that earlier, but it bounces right back up. But I was just like, are you kidding me? What is all this wind? Is it like non-stop? So then, of course, in the middle of the night, I think you always feel and think the worst. I was like, if it's gonna continue, I cannot even cook or anything because everything will be blown away. I have to cook here. I mean, I could do it, but I was just like, this is not good. This is very discouraging. And then I wake up 7, 8 o'clock, and the wind is gone. The rain is gone. It didn't even look like it rained. All the clouds are gone. Yeah, a little windy here and there, that's normal, but nothing crazy. So far so good. I will see. I don't know, this is like, Utah is always the land of unexpected things for me. I'm going to make some coffee. That's always first, and then I'm going to feed the doggies. Well, I say doggies because I still feed also at home. The dogs still line up as if Oso was there. It used to be Zima, Oso, and then Misha, and then I would feed Oso first. And then I tell Misha to go get in her crate, and she gets her food there, and then I give it to Zima. And now it's Zima and Misha. And I'm like, oh my God, Oso is supposed to be right there. So I started getting his bowl empty, and I hold it, and then I say Oso, and I put it down for him. And these two dogs are just waiting. I was just like, oh my God, that is so cute. It kind of makes me feel like I'm still honoring him in some way. So I know it's silly, but whatever, that's just how I feel. And so I brought his bowl, and this way I feed the both of them, and it just makes me feel a little bit better. So when I say doggies, I refer to Misha and Oso in doggy heaven. After she eats and I make some coffee, we're going to just hike behind this tent right here. There's a huge canyon I want to see. I don't think I could climb down. I'm pretty sure it's like steep like this, which is okay, but it's really pretty. I kind of went out there a little bit last night, and then come back, probably have like breakfast, lunch, or whatever. It will be a little late by then, and then we're gonna pack up, and then we're going to drive into the national park and see what we can do. I definitely want to hike. I want to hike as much as I can. I want to be gone all day and be exhausted and come back and have dinner and go to sleep, and then the next day just do it again and just enjoy all this beautiful land. So these are my plans for today. This is about a 10-minute hike from my campsite. Look at this. Oh my goodness. That is just so beautiful. It's like a mini Glen Canyon. I want to go down there, but it's too steep. Absolutely amazing. Right here, public land. So pretty. I hope this silly dog is not going to jump off. Misha, stay here. Misha, come here. Silly doggy. Oh, I just can't get enough of this. After the river, I was going to hike Cathedral Wash hiking trail. This is supposed to be a very pretty trail that will take you out to the Colorado River. About 1.5 miles. I'm not sure if it's round trip or one way, but it's supposed to be fairly easy. So after I read the sign, I was following the footsteps and a light path, and we hiked about 1.5 hours when I realized that this is not Cathedral Wash. I went actually the opposite direction. I don't know how I misread everything. I guess I didn't really pay attention, but I found myself in this beautiful canyon, and I just kept going, and it was amazing. I'm definitely not upset that I took the wrong path. It wasn't until after 1.5 hours that I realized that I might be going down the wrong path. So at that point, I looked on my phone, on my map, and I saw that I was nowhere near the river, and this canyon will just keep going and going. And at that point, turned around and we came back. But this is a beautiful path. I would definitely recommend is, along the way I saw the most beautiful rocks. They had all kinds of colors, yellow, blue, green, pink, lavender, all kinds of lines and stripes running through them. It was beautiful. I definitely recommend this trail. You can keep going even longer. It's not difficult at all. There are not really any elevation changes, and there are lots of shady areas to take a break in. Misha. Good doggy, Misha. Misha is a good girl. Yeah. You're such a good puppy. Thank you so much for watching. This is just part 1 of my Utah, Arizona adventures. This was just the first night and my first full day. But coming up next, I have visited that canyon at sunrise, and then I have gone out to the Horseshoe Bend. I also visited Lake Powell and Antelope Point, which is part of Lake Powell. And I would say the highlight of this adventure was taking a hike along the Colorado River inside the national park. So stay tuned. Part 2 is coming up next very soon, and thank you so much for watching.